This commentary is all about failure, one of the scariest things in the world to me. I hate failure because to me it seems so um, sort of definitive. It makes me feel like too much of it or failing at the wrong things in the wrong times with the wrong people will greatly impact their views of me or how people treat me. It's a dark way of looking at it, and that's what anxiety will do to you. Make everything seem dangerous. The world itself just seem like a this harsh, demanding, one try, one fail kind of in society or place. And I've gotten into a really scary funk with Call of Duty this year. Like really, I have my days where I can sort of fake a smile, so to speak, fake my excitement for something in Black Ops or in COD in general. But there's been something brewing under the behind the scenes ever since this game came out, Black Ops 4, and it's so hard to put into words. And I hope I can get this done within 10-20 minutes max, because no one's gonna listen to this video more than a couple minutes. Let's start off with quickly the launch problems of Black Ops 4. My thoughts about the game as a whole. I think the game had a lot of potential. I think the game offers a lot of great changes to zombies, Blackout, and I guess multiplayer. Not many changes on the multiplayer side. MP to me just seems like a very grounded version of Black Ops 3. Same thing with just a bit more health. It's a Black Ops 2-3 hybrid with a slight increase in health and the same old, mostly uncounterable specialist bullshit that I don't like. And so I don't play it. I made the conscious decision, you know what? I don't like the way this plays. I just don't want to play it. And luckily for me, I have Blackout and Zombies to keep me interested. And that's fine. I'm not going to sit here and pretend to have the most experience of Black Ops 4's multiplayer. Could be great, could be shit, I don't care. Blackout is a blessing. It has been a blessing for me since launch, since the beta. I've always wanted COD to try Battle Royale. I've always wanted them to try something new that strays away from the traditional Zombies multiplayer campaign formula. Formula. And they did it. They pulled it off. A beautiful, wide range, sort of this wide scope, functional 60 FPS, unique but yet still kind of true to the COD series kind of battle royale. It feels like Call of Duty, but it's this massive environment where you can have a different experience every time, land somewhere different, go with different people, use different weapons. It's a great fucking time. I love it. So people can tell me, Chad, you're just a hater of Black Ops 4. Stop harping on the past and being negative for the sake of being negative. But just look at how much time I've sunk into this game. A lot of it on Blackout. And I'm not trying to be the hater. The last thing I want to do is spread hate toward this franchise. That would make me a failure when it comes to being a gamer. Because as a gamer, I've bet my entire sort of, if you want to call it a career, my gaming thing, my hobby, on this series. And the last thing I want to see it do is fail. And negativity makes it fail. So I don't want to hear any more from certain people, totally aren't listening to this, that I'm just hating for the sake of hating. I put pressure on Treyarch, I put pressure on Activision because I want them to do better than unstable launches, incomplete games, paywalled content, $11 skins, $20 emotes. This is not what COD is. This is not the COD I grew up with. 2004, PS2, United Defensive. This whole series has been such a big part of my life. And I hate when things start to slip. It scares me, because that brings it all back to the idea of failure. What happens to me when this fails? Not much. I'll move on. I'll grow up. I'm almost 21 years old. I'll find a way. I shouldn't have gotten this attached to it in the first place, especially if I'm not getting paid for it. I don't work on these games. I shouldn't even care. I'm just a consumer. I'm just as dumb as the next guy who buys the game. But I've tried to be good at something. In this case, be either not only playing COD, who cares if you're good at COD, but supporting something, sticking with something long term, and just investing my heart into something in life. Because I don't find that same passion in the things I'm studying in college. I'm getting a degree in psychology in just over 12 months. Do I really like psychology? I don't know. Do I have a lot of social connections and activities and hobbies? No, not at all. I haven't partied once in college. Haven't had a single social alcoholic drink. I'm that uncultured, and I hate that. I wish I would have done more as a teenager. I regret it. I'll never be able to live those years again, ever. But I realized, okay, well shit, I lost all those years, and I'm about to lose college too. But I still love one thing, and that is Call of Duty. And Black Ops 4's faults, its failures, its shortcomings, all the stuff I've been ranting about to my friends for months now, from overpriced camos, paywalls in general, the tier system, lack of zombies content. Been 112 days almost since we got our last zombies map in December. For a battle pass, for a Black Ops pass that promised more content than ever. I don't want that content next year, Treyarch. I want it this year. I want it now. Because this series treats their games as 1-year installments. Infinity Ward Games comes out in a couple months. So why they think they can extend Black Ops 4's lifespan is beyond me. Now they're trying to push their games to a multiple sort of year outlook without actually changing the release sequence to a 2 or 3 year sequence. It's not lining up. I don't know if I'm going to want to play this game next year, mid-year, when the Chaos Zombie story continues on a second season pass or the remainder of the, you know what I mean. I don't know if it's going to last. I've asked that question about Black Ops 4 several times. Is it going to last? Is the series going to last because of the game's impact on the community, how people receive it? I see so much hate, sometimes justified, other times just brainless bashing of these games on all the social media platforms. And when you make the mistake, like me, of getting invested in something like this, it really begins to wear you down. And although I've tried to be positive about Blackout, at the least, or some, zombies, despite having no interest in either of the storylines, to be honest, I've tried to love the Chaos story, but there's just nobody covering it. I haven't been able to follow all the fine details. It's just there's so much negativity behind the zombies scene this year. I just can't really be bothered to keep up. But I still like the gameplay's fun. The maps are fun. Easter eggs are pretty okay, although they're just a chore now. In the end, lack of reward and incentive does make Black Ops 4 fall very short of what the fans were expecting. And then everything you can obtain that is semi-decent or cool, they're stuck behind these just ridiculous restrictions. Like I said before, all those headshots, all the paint cans, it's just not fun, Treyarch. So I have to rely on other content, characters I can't get because the reserve crates are all stuck, full of stickers and emblems and player cards and useless outfits. Like, it's just really bad. Everything I want, I can't get. They don't put all the good stuff in the tiers. They put it all behind the black market. And the camos that you can earn in-game are just so near impossible to get without driving yourself insane, especially with my short attention span. So I have to, I've been trying so hard to stay positive. So hard. Even though I'm still labeled as negative and hating for the sake of hating, I'm not a good fan anymore. Whatever shit you want to throw at me, go for it. But hearing things like that and realizing that sort of now that the dust is settled and the game has had its problems and my friends have all moved on, the community seems to have totally just abandoned Black Ops 4. I just think about all the past, 2 or 3, 4 years of COD, and I realize, things aren't getting better. I might still feel the same passion and energy for these games, but I'm not seeing the results I'm looking for. I have to be real with myself. Number one, these games don't mean much unless I'm being paid for them or I'm working on them. It's not gonna go anywhere beyond just face value entertainment. So I gotta work on not being so attached. That's my first challenge. Secondly, I need to recognize the bigger picture here. The series isn't growing. The fans aren't getting any happier. The name itself of the franchise is not gaining any positive exposure. My friends could care less about these games. It's good times come and go. Life kind of comes in cycles, and so do wonderful experiences. In this case, this incredible 8-9 year run now I've had with these games. So time itself will start to wear me down, and I'm not ready to stop because. Yeah, I am excited for what Infinity Ward is working on, but I also look back at it and forward to it, and I think, am I ready to be disappointed again, potentially? Am I ready for another year of just lonely grinding on a mediocre game that's ruined by corporate greed and a self-destructive fan base? No, I'm not ready for that again. I'm not ready to go through another year of that. So, yeah, I want to buy their game, but no, I kind of don't because I'm afraid of failure. And the more that I let Black Ops 4's shortcomings and the negativity get to me, which I then externalize to friends, and then they they throw it back to me and say, "You're the hater. Stop being the salty one." Well, I feel it hurts so bad to hear that because I'm quite honestly investing much more time, money, and effort into this than you are. So, lay off. But seriously, the franchise isn't where I wish it was in terms of quality or community or sort of the emotions that playing these games produce, it's just not the same. And I don't mean that in like the literal nostalgic sense, but it really is not what it used to be. And when the community at large, the developers and the publishing studios don't seem to be putting any effort into making things better, it makes it hard to stay strong and to care and to be engaged and to avoid. It makes it hard to even avoid the negatives, this constant battering that I see online. And it really started to get to me, and it still is even tonight. I got offline thinking this is just miserable. And that's not how gaming should be ever for anyone, especially because it should be focused on entertainment and relief and happiness, but unfortunately it's not what I'm getting from Call of Duty nowadays, and I wish that were a different story. And I'm not saying that Black Ops 4 has nothing good going for it, because that's just not true. It would be unfair to call it a purely bad or evil game. Everyone's perspective differs, and I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, but that's just how my mind works. And it's hard to see the positive when everything around you is just, you wouldn't believe. So, and there's a couple of things I wish I would have done better too. I wish I would have pursued the YouTube and streaming thing more. I've always wanted to be an entertainer. I've always wanted to externalize my excitement and sort of geekiness for stupid games like these to a broader audience, and have the audience follow me from stream to video and vice versa. I wanted to have that wonderful connection that I see on YouTube every day I log in. I wanted that so bad. I wanted to learn how to edit on more than just iMovie. I wanted to get a better capture device than the one embedded in my Xbox One. I wanted to go all the way, but finances didn't always allow. Time didn't allow. I just didn't get it. I just didn't get there. I didn't get there, and it hurt so fucking bad because I missed it. I missed the window to have that perfect career. And now I'm locked into a psychology degree that I'm not even sure if I like or want or I'm going to use. And I'm so far away from the goals of doing comp sci or digital studies, going into game development and working for Infinity Ward or Sledgehammer or something really fucking cool like that. I'm trying to personify the sensation that I've sort of missed that window. I've missed my train by an hour and a half, and I don't know if this new line is going to take me to a beautiful city or right into a brick wall. But I think it helped me tonight to talk about what's been bringing me down emotionally, and also thinking back on what I've missed all these years. And that's a perfect sort of capstone point to make, that for all you, a lot of my friends who are still in high school or very beginning of their college years, please look for something in school and life that you love to do with all your heart. Don't settle for just a piece of paper because your dad wanted it or your mom wanted you to go to college or whatever your story is. Don't you dare settle for the bare minimum, because you will never be happy, ever. Pick wisely, work hard, fight hard, be willing to socialize and to explore all aspects of life. And I promise you, at some point, you will have that breakthrough that will change your life forever. I haven't had that, and I probably won't in my first undergrad run, but I'm going to keep on looking for it. And I hope that all of you who haven't found it yet will, along with me, continue to fight past the negative self-talk and the rough days, the challenges, shortcomings, fears, and most importantly, that nagging, intimidating factor of failure that will unfortunately forever be part of our lives, and not only challenge us, it's not only negative, but it also helps us to grow and overcome said challenges. So, and continue to set more ambitious ones at the same time. I'm going to stop rambling. Hopefully you got something out of this. If not, then I'm sorry I wasted 14 minutes of your time. But until next time, I'll see you all in hopefully more entertaining, positive Call of Duty content. Or maybe something brand new. Who knows what time will bring. Love you all so much. Have a great night. Thank you for all these wonderful years. And I can't wait to show you what's coming next.